So, I'm going to put it over there. Do-do-do. Do-do-do. You know how to do this part, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I will go to my biochem class, maybe, because it's the top one. Well, yeah, because I think I have the least amount of
These are
science.
the sort of things that what's-his-face sends us through the elite all the time.
What is it? What's he send?
Things like this.
Oh,
Where
videos?
It's a recording
Of him doing it?
Yeah, and then
Okay.
he does a voiceover sometimes.
Okay, so I just went to just one of my courses.
Okay, now this is seminar. Do you have like exams and quizzes in seminar?
Well,
Might not be the best example.
yeah, but I call them different things. Like you can write in whatever you want. But yeah, I can go to a different one. I'll go to
Something that's more traditional class,
okay,
but a lecture, not a lab.
cell biology. Okay, so you would go to grades.
Don't move too fast. Remember, I've got to follow.
Okay, you'd have to go to grades.
Okay.
Okay, so it's on the left under course administration. There are two things I don't look at any of the stuff over here. I just look at these two right here. Okay.
Okay.
So I always start by going to categories. I don't know why it opens you up on view. You should go to categories and items. Okay, so where you see these folders, those are the categories.
Now, did you have to put that folder
Yeah,
there?
so I'll show you how I did that. So I have
Okay.
exams, homework and quizzes, forums, paper critique, cell blog, whatever. That you just go to add a category. Okay, so I go add category, and then you type the category name. I'm going to say sample for Sue.
Okay.
I don't change this because this averages everything in the category. If you keep it as is, simple weighted means of grades, you'd have to click here and it would have to help you if you wanted to change that. Like if you don't want average, if you want some to have more weight than others.
Okay, so I'm not weighting currently.
Okay, you're going to just average them.
So I want simple weighted.
The first thing that pops up, yeah. Grade type, I always do value. I never change the settings here, so I can't really walk you through them. You can hit the question mark if you need help with those. But maximum grade. Usually if you grade from 100%, like there's one assignment I have, there's a rubric, it's 4, 3, 2, 1, and I change that to 4 as the maximal grade, but everything else is 100%. Now
So
if you're having
I give them
points,
class activity and it's 20 points, the maximum would be 20.
20, yeah, so we could change this to 20. Okay, and then what category do you want this under? Cell biology.
Okay. Parent category
You
is
would
the
want
class
the
section.
class. Yeah. Yep. That's what you would do. That's for the categories, okay? But then, so down here it makes it sample for Sue.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So now we can add things under it. Like, so this is your category for your exams. Do you have exam 1, exam 2, exam 3, exam
Yes.
4? Okay. So under there you might want to add a graded item, like something you want to grade. Okay, so you add the graded item. Do you want to call it exam 1?
Yes.
Exam 1, and I don't change any of the stuff, 100%, whatever. Now, if you want, okay, yeah, I'll say that in a minute. Okay, so are your exams out of how many points?
Now, 100 points, let me ask you something though, that I may have one student during the entire year because I put on some extra credit that make it 102.
You have to talk to Anastasia about that. She told me one time you can do extra credit.
Okay.
I don't know. But you can make it 102 though, for every, I mean, if there's one student.
Yeah, but I don't want them graded on 102 because it's extra credit.
Okay, yeah.
I'll talk to
Yeah,
Anastasia.
because I talked to Anastasia about extra credit because I don't know. Because I've heard her talk about that before. Okay, so now if you look at that new category, it just comes up at the bottom. It says exam 1. So I have to move this under that category. So I'm going to move exam 1 under a sample for Sue. Someone else is missing that. Oh, here, janitor. So you click, you scroll to the right. Click here, this blue thing that says move.
Move. Okay, yeah.
Click it one time, wait for this to load, and it will ask you where you want it to move. So I'm putting it under sample for Sue.
Okay, move to here.
Yeah. And so now when I scroll down, it says sample for Sue, exam 1.
Okay.
So over here it says exam 1 is worth 100 points. Exam 2, 100 points. Exam 3. So all of your exams total are worth 200 points. Or 20 points, right? Or what do you want to change that to? All of them together,
500.
average 500. Okay. So that would just be 500. Save changes. But I'm recording it, so I'm going to hit Save Changes. And when you scroll down, it says Sample for Sue. I guess I should change that to say exams. You know, if you want to change
just
it.
keep it sample
Okay.
for Sue's fine.
Okay, and then that would just be exams. And then, you know, exam 1 is 100, exam 2 100, exam 3 100, exam 400, exam 500. At the end, all of the exams together will be worth 500 points. So they'll average
Now,
all
do
the
I have
exams.
to set up all 5 at once, or can I put in exam 1?
You can just do it
exam
as you
2?
want.
Okay, would I need to change the total each time I added an exam, I presume?
No, you could keep it 500. But the thing is, right now, like the total points for your whole class, like it asks your course total. I told it that I wanted out of 100 points. Like when you do your midterm grade, you'll see you have to see how many points you want and then change that to that. You know what I mean?
Okay, I was just gonna ask you about that.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, if I set it for 500, but by midterm I've only done 200, then
Yeah, I don't know
they'll
how-
all flunk.
Yeah, exactly. So you have to have the total. Yeah, that's a
So
little
you've
bit.
got to put in a total.
Yeah.
Oh, that's inconvenient.
See, for me, it's not though, because I have 100. It's always 100, and I have everything in 100%. So I don't do
Yeah,
points.
but you're not adding assessments as you make them up.
Yeah, well,
That's what I'm doing.
I do
I'm
the
adding
forums.
stuff.
See, I have forums is worth like 10% of their grade or some number, and each time I add it a forum like topic for a forum discussion, it's worth 4 points. But then at the end, that's averaged to 10 out of 100. So even though I add new things in, it's still 10. Like if you were to add 20 exams instead of 5 exams, and you still wanted that to be 500 points average, then you keep that 500 when you add. So right now, if you just have one exam and it's midterm, that 100-point exam will be worth 500 points.
Oh, okay.
But so you can just change. You can change the points at any time. Like
So
Let me show you
if
this
they
category.
got 100, it would be worth 500, and since it's 500 out of 500, that would be an A.
yeah. So and then you go to view. Yeah, it is. If you go to view, you can see all the students.
Okay.
This is how you enter the grades in. Okay, so go to view. And scroll over to where it says sample for Sue, right here.
Okay.
And say I want to grade Alexis's exam. Just click there. 100%. Whatever. Okay, so you said it was out of 220 points? No, you said it's out of 100% the exam.
Yeah.
Okay.
So make it 98, so it's less than
Okay.
more realistic.
98. And then over here, you can write comments, and she could see the comments. Why didn't you answer question 1? So then when she goes in, she'll see 98. Why didn't you answer question 1? So if you want to give feedback here, you can. I don't do it for exams because I write the feedback on my exams.
Okay, so you can go down one by one and clicking on the little bar symbol there.
You just
each
click
time-
anywhere. Just click here. You just click here. Just click in the
Okay,
box.
that's easier than the way she initially showed us
Oh,
in
really?
Moodle. She showed us this really complicated method.
Oh, maybe it's probably, I don't know, it's probably better to be honest. But let me show you something else you
No,
can
it's
do.
not better.
Okay. Now that's one thing. That's it for the grade book. That's it. So you scroll way to the right and it tells you their grade in the class, you know, over here. Okay. So see the grades in the class. Sometimes I go to Excel and I do the math just for one before I submit for midterm. Or someone will say to me, my grade's wrong, and I'm like, oh shoot, I wrote 1,000 points instead of 100, then I changed that and everybody's grade changes. Like, you know, sometimes you have to double check. But anyway, that's the grade book. I want to show you one last thing. So go back to your course. I always go back by going up here. I don't know how you do it. You might go home, whatever, but I go back to my course and say I want to enter an exam, like an online exam. Not that you would want to do that, but maybe I'll show you something else. Enter, yeah, we'll pretend I'm entering an exam right here.
Well, can you make it something other than exam, like a homework?
Okay, we'll enter a homework. So add an activity. I'm going to add upload a single file and make the students upload an assignment.
Okay. I don't do any of that.
Okay, well, how about just
Off If it's they
An
hand in a
offline
hard,
activity?
they hand
Okay.
in a hard copy of the homework.
Okay, offline activity, call it whatever you want. Homework, 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 and then you know how to do all this stuff. Available from, when it's due, all that stuff. But this is what I'm going to tell you. It says graded category. If you click here and make it under sample for Sue, like wherever you want it. Maybe you want it under forms. Maybe you'll have a category called
Homework
online
and
homework.
quizzes.
Okay, yes, you would when you put it under homework and quizzes, save and return to your course. So now when you go to your grade book under homework and quizzes, that pops up. And I'll show you that. So I'm going to go to my grade book. And go back to the category items. Where's homework and quizzes? Okay, so under homework and quizzes, magically, the one we just made pops up.
Okay.
So when you go to grade the students, after you grade them, you can just click on the link, and it gives you their names, and you go to grade, and then you enter their grade.
Okay, now I've already put on the homework assignment, but I can go back and change that one.
Just change that little link where it said
graded
uncategorized
category.
to homework, yeah. And then you have to scroll. This is the hard part, because I didn't know this at first. I'm like, okay, there are their names, and then it says grade, and I'm like clicking nothing, 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 and I'm stressed out. So you have to keep scrolling until you see status, and then you hit grade.
What did you click to get to the screen you're on?
Oh, all I did was I went to the link that said homework in the categories and items of the grade book.
Okay, so it was categories and items.
Yeah, and whatever the assignment is.
So you clicked on the assignment,
Yeah,
opens, then
That's it.
scroll to far right to enter grade.
yeah, that's it. And once you're there, you can write notes to them too. Like this person got a 2%, it gives you an option. The only thing I don't like is it doesn't give you points, like 10.8. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when I do assignments, they get a certain
Partial
percentage.
points?
Yeah, they get partial credit. There are ways to change that I don't know. You'll have to ask someone else. Like these things here I told you not to touch, settings, scales, preferences. I bet it's in there, but I'm not willing to figure it out. There's no time. Someday in life I'll ask someone and they'll show me, but I'm not going to spend 2 hours figuring that out right
Because
now.
I sometimes do that. They'll get 14 and a half
Yeah, me
points out of
too.
18.
Me too.
Guess I'll just have to quit that till I figure out how to do it.
Exactly. Now where's that sample for Sue? I need to delete it. So grades, and I'll save this and hopefully send it to you. Sample for Sue. You're going away. Sample for Sue. Delete. Are you sure you want to delete this? Yes. So now let's make sure it's gone. Okay. What's this? I don't know what this stuff is. I should probably hit stop.